Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're gonna go through my Severin collection. So you can see right here are some of my Severin collection, and then we go down here and we have a little bit more. So without further ado, man, let's jump right to the Severin collection. All right, first up we got Observed. This is from directed by Joe D'Amato. It's a kind of an Italian slasher. It's kind of his version of Halloween, but a little bit more gore. So if you all haven't seen it, check it out. It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit disturbing. It's a little bit gory. It's a little bit, it's Joe D'Amato. So if you're not familiar with his work, you know what you're getting into. So yeah, that is Observed. All right, next up we got Anthropophagus. This is actually, I believe, the prequel to Observe. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it is or if it isn't, but I know that supposedly there's some connection. I don't know. It's also directed by Joe D'Amato, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But this one is really, really hard to watch. I mean, there's certain scenes in this movie that is very, can I say? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's horrific. It's, you know, yeah, it's not for everybody. I wouldn't really recommend this one for anybody. It is a good movie, though. I mean, it is a good movie. It's basically about some people stranded in an island, and there's this cannibal, or that. So it's pretty gory. It's pretty gruesome. So, yeah, Anthropophagus. All right, next up we got Attack 4Z. This is it's got a good cast. It's got Mel Gibson in it. It's got John Philip Law, Sam Neill. So, it's been a while since I've seen this one. I got to revisit it at some point. Here's the back. So, yeah, it's a pretty good one, Attack 4Z. If y'all haven't seen it, man, check it out. It's got a great cast. All right, next up we got The Attic Expedition. This one has Seth Green in it. It's been a while also since I've seen this one, since I've seen this Blu-ray, but it's pretty good. I mean, I gotta revisit it. There's a lot of Severin films that I need to revisit, man, because it's been a while. So yeah, let's do The Attic Expedition. All right, next up we got The Beast Must Die. This one has Peter Cushing in it. It's a werewolf movie. It's pretty good. It's a little slow paced, but it's still pretty good. Next up, we got Beyond Darkness. This is another, I think it's Italian. I think it's an Italian film. I think Screen Factory had it too as a double feature, but I think it's out of print now. Now Severin has the rights to it, I guess. All right, next up, we got Bloody Moon. I think this is a German, or is it Spanish, German? I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't think it's Italian, or is it Italian? I don't know, but it's really good. It's a slasher, man, and it's really good, man. The kills are insane, man. Especially this kill right here, man. That is a top. That kill was just brutal. So yeah, if you haven't seen Bloody Moon, man, check it out. I think it might be streaming in Tubi, if not, maybe YouTube. I'm not sure, but you should have it. Yeah, Bloody Moon. All right, next up we got Born for Hell. This is actually inspired by true events. I think it was inspired by the serial killer Richard Speck, where he goes to this, is it like some type of, I don't know if it's a nursing home or something, but there's like nurses there, and he breaks in and he has them hostage, and there's like a little bit of torturing, and so yeah, I think it's inspired by the serial killer Richard Speck, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's slow paced, man, but it's a pretty good movie. Born for Hell. All right, next up we got The Boys Next Door, featuring Charlie Sheen and Michael Caulfield, guy from Grease 2. This is a good movie, man. This is a great, great movie. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen The Boys Next Door, man, I highly recommend it. Good film, very good film. All right, next up we got Black Cat. I think this is another Italian film. Yeah, I think I've only seen it like once, so it's it's been a while. So this is another one that I gotta revisit at some point. All right, next up we got Burial Ground, which they actually is coming out on 4K by Severin as well. But I'm okay with this. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna upgrade, and I like that slipcover, man. That slipcover is very, very good. And this is the way it looks without the slipcover. So you have, I think it's like, yeah, it's Italian. It's an Italian horror, very gruesome. I think it's like a zombie type movie. Yeah, this one is pretty damn good. All right, next up we got The Changeling. I love this movie. Probably one of the best ghost supernatural movies. Yeah, this one is very, very good. It's one of the greats, man. I really love The Changeling. And there's the how it looks without the slipcover. George C. Scott, man, he's amazing. Great actor. So yeah, The Changeling is great, man. It's awesome. All right, next up we got Day of the Animals. 70s movie, really good. It's got Leslie Nielsen. He's kind of a dick in this movie, man. But yeah, it's a good. I enjoyed it. Days of the Animals, pretty good. So you guys want to check it out, man. Check out Day of the Animals. Basically, the animals start to kill humans, attack humans. Something like I think they were contaminated, or I don't know what. I can't remember, but yeah, it's a good one. All right, next up we got a Lucio Fulci, and when you talk about Lucio Fulci, man, you know what you're getting, man. Devil's Honey is very sleazy, very perverted Italian movie. It's like an Italian thriller. Yeah, this one is not for everybody because it contains a lot of, like I said, it's very sleazy, very. It's a good one. It is good, man. It's got a good plot. Basically, I think they're like a doctor. Something happens with her boyfriend or husband. I think they had an accident or something, and the doctor couldn't help him or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it, and she takes revenge. She kidnaps the doctor or something like that, and she is just torturing the dude, And yeah, and this dog, she uses that dog too. So yeah, Devil's Honey. All right, next up we got Delirium. Not to get confused with the other Delirium, because there is another movie called Delirium, an Italian one. This is it's kind of like a slasher as well. I saw this one on, I think it was Tubi. I think Tubi had it too. And there's the original artwork without the slipcover. There's the back. Yeah, Delirium. All right, next up is Don't Go in the House. When Severin announced this one, I was like, yes, because this one was previously released by Scorpion Releasing, and then it went out of print, and I was like, man, people were selling it for a pretty ridiculous price, so I didn't. I was like, no, I'm not gonna pay that much for it. So luckily, Severin made the announcement, and they were gonna release it, and as soon as they did, I pre-ordered it, and I got it. And this is what it looks like without the slip. This is the original artwork, the artwork that I remember going to the video store, and I would see this artwork here. Don't Go in the House. Yeah, very, very creepy. Very, yeah. Don't Go in the House. Then we got Endgame. I think it's Italian. Severin has a lot of Italian movies. I think I've only seen this one like maybe once. I can't remember much about it, but I gotta rewatch a lot of these Severin films. Next up we got The Eyes of Fire. Here's the back. Yeah, this is another one that I need to revisit again. You know, it's been a while. All right, next up we got The Fourth Victim. I actually enjoyed this one. This is a really good one. It kind of has like a mystery, suspense. It's not really gory, but it's kind of slow paced, but very. It kept me still entertained, even though it was kind of a slow burn. But it was still, you know, it still got my attention. Yeah, the mystery, the Fourth Victim, pretty good movie. I liked it. All right, then we got Grizzly. This is kind of like a Jaws ripoff. Instead of a shark, you got a bear. But I liked it. I really did like Grizzly. It's from the 70s as well. Really good movie. All right, next up we got Wendeline with the sexy Tawny Katane. Yeah, this movie is not that great, to be honest. It's one of those that it's good. It's so bad that it's good. Yeah, it's kind of real cheesy, real like it's not. I mean, I'll take it for what it is, but it's not really like a 4-star film. But I still liked it, but it's not something that it's badass, you know. And there's the original artwork, the pearls of Gwendoline in the land of Yik Yak. I guess that's the alternate title. Yep. All right, next up we got House on the Edge of the Park. This is, I think, Italian as well, and it's got David Hess. You may know him in the original Last House on the Left. Well, he was a real douchebag. He's a real douchebag here, real psychotic. This film is kind of disturbing. There's, you know, scenes that they're on kind of unwatchable, kind of like Last House on the Left. You know, it's not for everybody. And here's what it looks like without the slip. Yeah, it's a very disturbing film. It's kind of like a rape revenge type of movie. Not for everybody. All right, so next up we got Killer Crocodile. This is another Italian creature feature movie trying to rip off Jaws, but this one has a crocodile on it. Pretty good. I mean, I liked it. It's not a bad film. Pretty good. All right, next up we got The Last Horror Film. This is it's a slasher. It's got Joe Spinell. You know, he came out in Maniac. Speaking of Maniac, this was actually the slipcover that came with it. Severin does this sometimes. Like they release a film and they title it something else. So they titled it Maniac 2, Love to Kill. But, you know, we all know that that's not, that there is no Maniac 2. There never was. But I guess because it features Joe Spinell. So, yeah, so this is actually the slip box or slip case that came with this film. This film sold out fast. It sold out. I don't think Severin even has it on their site anymore. So, yeah, it's no longer available. All right, next up we got Midnight. This one kind of reminds me of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Here's the back of it. Yeah, I liked it. I actually saw it on YouTube before I got it, because I had never seen it, and I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. And when I saw it on YouTube, I kind of liked it. It's kind of slow as well, but it's intense at times. It's pretty good. And I got it when Severin had when they had their sale. You know how they have their Black Friday sale. So I picked it up. And there's the alternate artwork there. That's a cool artwork there. Yeah, Midnight. All right, next up we got Next of Kin, another great horror from back in the day. Yeah, this is a good one. If you haven't seen Next of Kin, I recommend you this one. Pretty good movie. All right, next up we got Nightmare. This is another one that was released by Scorpion Releasing, and then it went out of print, and I was like bummed about it because I wasn't gonna pay a ridiculous price. I kind of missed on it, and then Severin made the announcement, and I quickly pre-ordered it. So I'm glad to have it in the collection. This is a slasher, but it's very, very gory, very bloody. You know, yeah, it's hardcore, man. There's the original artwork. This is the artwork I remember going to the video store and, you know, Nightmare. Yeah, so good to have in the collection. Here's the back. Next up, we got Night of the Demon. This is basically about a Bigfoot or Sasquatch movie. It's very low budget. I mean, it's very low budget. It doesn't look like. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's kind of gory, man. Really gory, man. And there's the alternate artwork. So yeah, it's very gory, man. This Bigfoot movie. All right, next up we got Out of the Blue with Dennis Hopper. It's a good movie, man, but it's kind of very sad movie. Yeah, Out of the Blue. And we got Overboard. When this was announced, I kind of like was really surprised that Severin actually announced Overboard, and I believe this is I guess one of their very first mainstream movies that gets released by Severin, because Severin has always been known for Italian horror. So good to have in the collection, and Overboard. All right, next up we got the Paganini horror. This is a ridiculous one, man. It's really ridiculous, but I still like it. It's got Donald Pleasence on this. It's okay, but yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, kind of cheesy, but it's still enjoyable. I mean, I like it. Next up, we got Eloisio Fulci film, The Psychic. Very good film. I love Fulci. You know, he does an amazing job. I don't know her name, but I know she comes out in other Fulci films like The Beyond. I think she comes out in The Beyond. So yeah, this is a good one. I love the slip case here. And here's what it looks like without the slip case. Yeah, that's her. She's the one that comes out in The Beyond. Another great Fulci film, but this one's good too, man. Psychic. All right, next up we got Retribution. There's the back of it. A great movie too. It's been a while since I've seen it. So looking forward to rewatching this one. It's a lot of fun. And there's the alternate artwork, and I think it comes with another alternate artwork if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not gonna switch it. Just wanted to show you guys the back. So yeah, Retribution, pretty good movie. All right, next up we got Robo War. Yeah, this one is kind of ripping off. I think it's a cross between RoboCop and Predator. So it's kind of ripping off, you know, more those two movies, especially Predator. But it's Italian. It's, I guess, their version of it. It's not bad. I mean, I guess it's okay. But yeah, it's kind of a ripoff. You know, they're really ripping off RoboCop and Predator. All right, next up we got Siege. This is a good one too. It's kind of like a crime thriller kind of movie. Pretty good. And there's what it looks like without the slipcover. There's the back. Yeah, it's a good one. If you haven't seen Siege, man, check it out. All right, next up we got Shocking Dark, another Italian horror. This one is really ripping off Aliens, and it's kind of ripping off the Terminator as well. So yeah, it's kind of a, you know, and over there in Italy, it is known as Terminator 2, but I guess they couldn't release it here in the States as Terminator 2, so they called it Shocking Dark. So yeah, I think that's what I read somewhere. So yeah, they're kind of like, and in the slipcover had the Terminator 2 title on it, which I find that kind of weird. Severin does that, you know, I don't know, but yeah, but this one is really ripping off Aliens and the Terminator. All right, next up we got Skinner. It's kind of like a slasher, I think. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I know it's got Ricky Lake on it, Tracy Lords. So yeah, Skinner. It's pretty good. I mean, it's got some gory scenes as well. I think it's from the 90s. Yeah, Skinner. All right, next up I wanted to show them at the same time. So I got Strike Commando and Strike Commando 2. This is another Italian action. This one is kind of ripping off Rambo First Blood Part 2. It's kind of ripping that movie. But yeah, these Italians movies, they kind of rip off the American movies, you know. But yeah, they're pretty good. Good to have in the collection. I got them on sale anyway during their Black Friday sale. So yeah, Strike Commando and Strike Commando 2. The last one is Wild Beasts. Yeah, this is another Italian horror. This one is very, very intense. So basically, the animals in the zoo got infected, or they got. I think they were drinking water, and the water was contaminated by this drug. So the animals start to go all crazy, and they escape the zoo, and they're just attacking anybody. I mean, you have lions, you have tigers, elephants, hyenas, cheetahs, leopards, a polar bear, even a polar bear. There's a scene where a polar bear too, man. And you name it, man. It's even rats too. There's a scene where there's a couple inside a car, and they're making out or whatever, and the rats start to go inside the car, and man, they go at those people. Very brutal, man. Very, so yeah, Wild Beast, man. You guys haven't checked it out, man. There's another Italian movie that you should check out. So yeah, Wild Beasts. All right, guys. So that was my Severin collection. As you can see, a little bit of going through them really quick. If you guys liked it, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.